Hi, my tubies, my TikTokers, and my Twitters. SheilaTruelove here with you. And I want to talk about the cost of living and living. What does it mean living paycheck to paycheck, and how stressful it really is on so many people worldwide. I think we are all aware and knowledgeable and educated enough to know that stress is no joke. Stress kills. Now, I want you to listen to someone who is one of the United States senators, and he understands. He understands the people. He gets it. And I don't understand why all of the other political leaders, so-called leaders, are not following his lead. Anyway, listen in.
Look out across this country in the year 2023. Let me tell you what I see. I see a nation where 63% of workers live paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. And I know something about that because I grew up in a family that lived paycheck to paycheck. What does it mean living paycheck to paycheck? It means that every day you are living under incredible stress. You're a mom, you're a dad. You are scared to death that if your car breaks down, if your kids get sick, if your landlord raises the rent, if you get divorced or separated, if you become pregnant, if for whatever reason you lose your job, when you are living paycheck to paycheck, you will find that if any of these things happen, you will find yourself in the midst of a financial catastrophe. And we don't talk about that kind of stress and what it means to millions of our people. Living paycheck to paycheck leaves you with no sense of security. You can't breathe, you can't relax, no cushion to fall back on, and no quality time to spend with your family in a relaxed environment. And that, in my view, is one of the reasons why the life expectancy of working people in this country is much lower than those who are upper income. Stress kills. And having to work to survive and worry about your day-to-day existence for yourself and your kids, that kind of stress makes people sick and eventually kills them.
Yeah, that's Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, yep. He was born in 1941. He's 81 years old. And he's one of the United States senators. People didn't vote for him when he was running for president. I don't understand why people voted against him, because this man, I think it's because of his age, okay? Because he seems to care more about the working American people than anyone that I've listened to. And what he's saying is 100% correct. And I don't understand why more representatives don't follow his lead. And there are so many people, so many families who are actually living in their cars. I see it all the time on YouTube. People living in their cars, even families. They even have their cat in the car with them because the rents are so high. Utilities, electric is so high. The cost of living has just skyrocketed and people can't afford it. And you'll be surprised how many people are sitting here listening to this and they still don't have a clue of what he's talking about. And guess what? They don't care. They don't care. Now, I know where real help is comes from, and that's Jesus Christ. I'm a theocrat. You have some people who are Democrat, Republican, liberals. I'm a theocrat. I believe in Jesus Christ is the solution to all of this. At the same time, we have so many people who they're feeling tired of they're tired of feeling this way, knowing that they have worked hard their whole life. They worked hard their whole life and they still can't seem to get ahead. I was looking on YouTube and there's a woman, she's 90. She worked, well, she enjoyed working. I like working too, because if I can, I work until I can't anymore. But I'm a workaholic, and that's just me. You know, I had a woman at my job. I work with the state. She retired when she was 77. I have another woman. She lives around where I live. She retired when she was 73, 75. And the money that they gave her to retire on, it's pathetic. She's on Section 8 now. She has to take Section 8. And where I live, they don't really take Section 8. But I think by law, you have to in New York State. So she'll probably end up pretty well, with the Section 8 helping her out. But this is a woman who has worked so hard her whole life, and she still can't seem to get ahead. She's still struggling. You have people who their biggest fear was living under a bridge, and now they're living under a bridge. And these people genuinely really don't care. And it's up to us, the people. When they're getting up there in office talking about this and talking about all these other different topics, people need to say, what are you going to do about these high rents and this food? We don't want to hear anything else. We don't want to hear it. Talk what you want to talk. No. We want rent control for every place in New York State. Rent control. And if the landlords don't like it, turn it over to the banks. Let the banks handle it or take charge. These rents are ridiculous. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And this is why it is so important for you to keep your faith. And you always pray to Jehovah God and keep your faith in Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ got you. For those who really, really trust Jesus, I dare you to trust him and watch how he acts and do things in your behalf. Because Jesus and Jehovah knows and the Holy Spirit have done nothing but help me. I'm doing very well, but there are a lot of people who aren't. I love you. Keep your head up. And don't you ever stop praying.